The best financial advice ever. Now, this isn't according to me. It's my man Teddy Bruschi from the great state of Maine. So Ted writes me, he goes, Josh, about 4 years ago, you did a video on the best financial advice ever, or something like that. Or no, that's what he said to me. He goes, 4 years ago, you did this video, and it turns out to be the best financial advice ever. That's what he told me. So I'm not taking credit for it. Teddy Bruschi up in Maine is giving me credit for it. So what was that video, you ask? You're asking that, right? Yes, you are. The video was 2 years before your retirement, stop putting money into 401ks. Start hoarding cash. Right? You've already done all, I mean, obviously if you get a match, you take advantage of the free money. That'd be stupid not to. But anything above the match, you got to start hoarding cash. Cash, cash, cash. And here's what Teddy Bruschi said why. He goes, cash gives you options. It gives you the options to help his daughter with a house payment. It gives him the option to do Roth conversions and use the money from the cash to pay the taxes. It gives you options to rest easy at night knowing that you got a bunch of cash on the side, that if you get laid off, for instance, you got all this cash sitting on the side. It gives you options just to do other things. And like if you do get laid off, if you need some spending money when you first start retirement, it gives you options. And I could not agree more, man. The thing with cash is, yeah, and hell, right now we're getting paid 5% on cash. That video I did 4 years ago, we weren't getting anywhere near 5%. I'm just telling you, man, I have yet to find, I've been doing this since 1998, my friends. I've yet to find a guy or a lady email me at the middle of the night, say, Josh, I can't sleep, I got too much cash, especially when you're getting 5%. So if you had $100,000 in cash, you're getting $5,000 a year in interest. So Marie emailed me the other day saying, hey, some of these banks got downgraded. Should that be a concern to me? Why do you think they got downgraded? Well, they got downgraded because they're still sitting on mortgages that are paying 3%, and yet now the money market accounts are paying 5%. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying the bank has money market accounts paying 5%, but still, the Fed funds rate, that's what the banks loan to each other. That's what they say, hey, if we're going to borrow for the Fed window, it's going to cost us 5%. Yet we've got a lot of loans, what's called a portfolio of loans on the books that are only paying me 3%. And so that's why the banks have been downgraded. Now, I'm not all that worried about, frankly, because I don't think these high interest rates are going to stay like this for a long time. I think at some point the interest rates are going to go down, probably in next year in 2024. So take advantage of what I can. But even if it goes down, I don't care. Cash gives you options. If you have everything in your, I cannot stress enough. The problem with everything in deferred accounts is every penny you take out, you got to pay tax on that penny. If you take $50,000 out, you're going to have to pay upwards of $10,000 of taxes on that money, which means you're taking $60,000 out in which to pay take $50,000 because of taxes. And that does a lot of things when it comes to Obamacare. It does a lot of things when it comes to your property tax rates. It does a lot of things, just never mind your income tax rate. It's just, never mind your Medicare premiums at some point. I mean, depending on your cash, but still, you got to have some cash. Liquidity is king. I cannot stress this enough. So Ted, he said he wasn't doing 2 years. He was doing 4 years before he retired. So he's 4 years out. He can retire sometime in 2027, I think is what he said. And he's just loading up cash. And it lets him sleep well at night. He says, look, man, and another thing too, just real quick, and Dave Ramsey said this too, and it makes sense. He goes, when you're putting money into a 401k, it's the time, like, if you only got 2 more years, the extra 2 more years aren't going to do much in terms of growth of your 401k. It's the accumulation of all these previous years that's going to allow you to have that 401k just jump up in value. I mean, if you're putting $26,000 now and $26,000 now, it's $52,000. I mean, it's good money, don't get me wrong. That $52,000 in of itself isn't going to make or break it. It's just not. It's all those $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 contributions you've been putting into that 401k for 10, 20, 30 years. That's where your growth gets. So if you got, if you got $1 million in your 401k and you get a 7% rate of return, that's $70,000. That 1 year rate of return is well above the $52,000 you've contributed, if that makes sense. Like, you get that? So over the course of 30 years of work, you got $1 million in your 401k. 1 year, you get 7% rate of return. Now you got $1,070,000. The $26,000 you put in over 2 years, that's $52,000. Even with a 7% rate of return, that doesn't get you $70,000. You see what I'm saying? It's the growth that's already been accumulated of your previous accumulations. That's where you make the money, man. It's not because you say, hey, I'm going to put $52,000 in. I'm going to basically make up for past time. At this stage, you just say, man, if I already got some money in my 401k, even if you don't, if you're 2 years out anyway, I don't even care if you don't, man, just hoard up with cash. Because cash is, you already pay tax on it, and you want to pay the tax when you have the money to pay the tax. And the time you don't have the money to pay the tax is when? Is when you're retired, because the income stops. So the money the tax is another bill, just like a mortgage, like a credit card loan, a car loan. So the time to pay the tax is when you got the money to pay the tax. But my spreadsheet, I get it, dude. I'm just telling you right now. From a cash flow perspective, get the tax man behind you. Stop hoarding money into your 401k. Instead, start hoarding money into your cash account. Obviously, take advantage of the match, without question. I would never tell you not to do that. But other than that, man, start hoarding cash. Cash is king, forever will be. All right, love to your thoughts. We'll see you.